Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in again. We are out here with the Frontier, filming a few videos, just having fun, cruising around. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere right now. Nothing crazy, just on these forest service roads. But I thought this would be a good time to show you guys exactly how the downhill descent control works. So downhill assist, downhill descent, whatever you want to call it. Basically what it does is, say we're going down the hill right here, and it's really rocky or really steep and you don't want to be on and off the brake pedal the entire way down, what Nissan has is what they call their downhill descent control. And basically it's as easy as pushing a button and the truck will take over and it's just going to creep you down the hill on its own. You don't have to push the gas, you don't have to push the brake, you just have to steer. So if you're somewhere really technical, maybe there's a lot of rocks, you're going over stuff, there's logs or trees or whatever the case may be, just a lot going on. If you don't want to have to be hitting the brake over and over again, you can push that button and it's going to just creep you down the hill and assist, just like it's called, downhill assist, all the way down the hill until you push the button, which will disengage it, and then you're back on your own. So let's hop in the truck. I'll show you where the button is and then we'll start going for a little drive down the hill here and I'll show you how it works. All right, so moving back into the truck, like I said, your hill descent button on the Pro-4x anyway is right here. And it's easy as just pushing it down like that. That will engage it. So let's fire up the truck. We will get in a spot with a decent downgrade and then I'll show you exactly how this works. All right, so here we are, a little bit of a descent. You can see the truck right now is saying we're going 9 degrees downhill. Whether that's right or not, I don't know, but it's steep enough to show you how this works. So basically right now we're in four-wheel drive, we're going up and down a little bit. Having a four-wheel drive, you don't need it to be in four-wheel drive to use this, but if I'm to take my foot off the brake, gravity's gonna do its thing, and you can see the truck's gonna start to roll, pick up speed. It engine brakes a little bit, but you can see right away we're up to 20 going downhill. So say you're rock crawling or something and a lot of technical stuff, you want both hands on the wheel, you want to be able to watch where you're going, you don't want to have to worry about braking over and over again. Now we're up to 10 degrees. All you do, come down here, push the button. Simple as that. You can see now on your dash the little downhill light comes on. So now when we take our foot off the brake, now both feet are off there, you can see it's going to keep you at like 1 or 2 miles an hour. We're not even going quick enough to make the needle move on the speedo, and it's just going to crawl you down the hill exactly like it's supposed to. All you got to do, come around and steer. So if you got a bunch of rocks, maybe you got a bunch of ruts you're going through, somebody's guiding you through, telling you where to go, you don't have to be on and off the brake. Just one less thing you got to do, and again, it's just going to crawl the truck down the hill like this. Super simple. And then as you're moving, say you're at the bottom of the hill now, you don't need it on anymore, come down here, don't have to push the brake or nothing, just turn it off, the light goes off, and you can see right away we're going to pick up speed and continue down the hill. So if you want to slow her down, push the little brake, slow yourself down. You don't have to be stopped, but you don't want to be doing like 100 miles an hour. Turn it back on, let it find itself, and it's going to slow you down. You can see, hits the binders, almost brings you to a complete stop because it's going to want to go slow. And again, we're going to just creep down the hill. And I know video never shows the hill, it's not super steep, but it's just going to creep you down. No issues. All you got to do is steer the steering wheel. And because it's quite bumpy here, the truck's going to have a mind of its own and steer where it's going to go. So almost like it's hands-free, let it do its thing. And again, it's just going to creep you down the hill. You should be fine, no issues. And then again, if you want to go back doing it on your own, you're at the bottom of the hill, whatever the case is, flick the button, light turns off, and away you go. And here's another quite good spot to give it a test. So again, if you're rolling downhill and it's too much for you, too bumpy, you think, you know what, I'm gonna crawl down here, be a little more careful. All you gotta do, hit the button and let the truck do it for you. Again, no pedal, no brake pedal, no gas pedal. You just hit the button, let the computer do its thing. You're definitely not gonna get anywhere fast, but if you're coming down a big hill like this, then you just let the truck do its thing. It's got a mind of its own. It's gonna get you all the way down the hill. You're not gonna wreck anything. You'll have more time to pick and choose your spots as you're going through, and you won't have to worry about wrecking stuff. You won't bottom out. You can kind of go down a little safer, especially if you're like me. You're off-roading by yourself. If you tend to pick a little harder route, you don't want to be flying down and crunching the bottom of your truck. So this only lets you kind of keep an eye on where you're going. Some people might go, that's useless, but you know what, it works in the snow as well. If you're coming down a really snowy hill, just keep in mind, if it's icy, it's not going to stop you from sliding away. But say this is pavement and it's a big hill and it's covered in snow, if you hit this, it's going to just creep you down the hill. Nice thing is, you're not pushing the brake, because anybody that drives in the snow, if you hit the brake in the snow, you start to slide, and once you slide, you're out of control. There's no getting out of it, especially if you're going downhill. So having this option, if you're going down something like this that's covered in ice and snow and you got to just be careful, hit the button, let the truck do it itself. And again, we're doing like 1, maybe 2 miles an hour. Let's see, the truck reads it as 5, but the needle is not even moving on the speedo, so chances are I wouldn't say this is 5. You guys can kind of see how quick we're moving here. Not fast at all, so you can just go for a little snooze, let the truck drive itself down the hill. Don't actually do that, but again, once you get to the bottom or you're sick of going slow, hit the button and you can see right away, away she goes. And I'm not pushing the gas, my feet haven't moved, so it'll just pick up speed, go down the hill on its own. It's nothing too crazy here, so we can go quite fast. These are just gravel roads, so you're not going to hurt the truck. But again, cool little feature that's thrown in with the truck if you want to use it.